And you in any wise keep yourself from the accursed thing, lest you make yourselves accursed when you take of the accursed thing, and make the camp of Israel a curse, and trouble it. But all the silver and gold, and vessels of brass and iron, are consecrated to the Lord. They come into the treasury of the Lord. Joshua 6:18 through 19. The wall of Jericho was its strength, the wealth of Jericho its security. Israel was to have no fellowship with either. As to the wall, faith was to destroy it. As to the wealth, faith was to devote it to God. At Jericho, God and Satan were face to face. It was the great first battle in the land. It was a crisis. Therefore, God must be everything. The victory must be entirely wrought by him. The spoil must be wholly his. To be sure, the Lord cannot misuse wealth, but his children can, and most of the time do. Later on, when further trained and taught, Israel could share in the spoil. So it is in the divine life. Gifts which at the beginning would be a snare to many, later on be resources of legitimate joy, but only so if shared in fellowship with God. Fellowship in that which was the security of Jericho would have brought Israel into bondage into the world, just as accepting the wealth of Sodom would have robbed Abraham of his independence. The believer's security is to be spiritual. If he would win spiritual victory, and his conscience is not to be in the might and wisdom of man, the wall of Jericho, but in the word which says, I have given Jericho into your hand. The Lord is saying the same thing presently as it regards the Jerichos which seek to serve as hindrances to our Christian experience. Let it ever be understood. Victory can only be won in God's way, which is the way of the cross. Paul said, But God forbid that I should glory, save in the cross of our Lord Jesus Christ, by whom the world is crucified unto me, and I unto the world. Galatians chapter 6, verse 14.